Okay, I've just finished. Like, can we turn the light? That was sloppy. I've just finished setting up some lights out here. Not gonna be the theme of the video. I think the theme of this video is I don't know. I'd like to get some stuff done on the front porch. Maybe throw together some planters with just whatever I have left laying around, and run some drip out there. But to start things off, I'm gonna do something that has nothing to do with that at all. I got some lighting. These have been sitting around for a while. I meant to put them in before we had a party a while ago, and then I realized that that's not important because the party ended at 6. It was for a 1-year-old. They're just stake lights. These SUNVIE outdoor plug-in spotlights came in a 2-pack. It's, you know, has the information down there. 12 watts, 65 IP, 900 lumens, and here's what they look like. It's a nice material, metal, mostly. There's some plastic in there. Got a stake on it. Has a good pivot for adjustment. I just wanted there to be more light out here, really. Why did I zoom in? Gonna back up. The fan's right behind me, so pardon that noise. I think it would be nice to just have some more accent lights around here. Sprinklers? It's 9. Why are the sprinklers on? It's 9 o'clock at night. Okay, and then I also have this Sansai, one of these floodlight things that I don't really know if this is where I want it, but that's where it is for now. Got everything lined up here, plugged into the socket box. Not sure if the cords are all long enough for everything, but let's just see. Oh, I love it. That looks nice. I was debating putting the spotlight, so I have 2. It was a 2-pack. Putting that second one over here under the Adonidia, which I do think I would prefer. But I also just love having a light on the Roebling. You see how up top it just gently lights things up, and it'll light things up even more if I were to pivot this over here. Just give this Angel's trumpet a turn. And then, yeah, look at that. So much more light up there. Lights things up nicely in here too. Although I might want to turn that back over because that's somewhat blinding. Not all that relaxing if you're sitting out here. Can I get this aimed more at the trunk, or is that just going to light up the... why do I keep want to say Tillandsia? That's not what this is. Monstera. Might light up that Monstera too much. Maybe when I go straight up, then it looks stupid. Oh, but when I turn it... Okay. I don't mind that. Gentle lighting on the Roebellini, the hanging basket, and somewhat up into the canopy there of this guy, whoever that is. The Adonidia palm. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't think I like the Sansai light. I don't know if I want that right there. That looks stupid. But the rest of them, I think this looks good. I'll unplug the Sansai. See how that looks. It might be nice to just have the warm lighting on each side without the blinding light in the middle. I like that. I think that's more relaxing. I like there being more shadows and depth and warmth in there instead of it just being lit up and blinding. This is nice. Okay, that's all. Intro done. Not really the intro. Kicking off the video here. This is a socket box, if you're wondering. It has these spots where you run your cords through, like so. So you take your cords and you just pinch them down into the various little, I don't know, gaskets. That's what those are. Then it has a lid that goes on there with these watertight buckle strappy doohickeys so that water doesn't get inside and mess all your stuff up. I'm gonna get that tightened back up and put away, and I don't know, pick up later and get some stuff done. Well, that didn't work. I took the other fountain. There was one of these things, one of those. I had one of those on each side of the pool. That didn't take long. I took the one that was over here and I moved it down over to that end. That thing with nothing coming out of it. See, maybe you can guess what the problem is. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. So the pump for this pool, it's not quite strong enough for everything. At least not if you want the dolphins to have a decent amount of flow on them. So I always have to pick and choose some things. If I want to have these fountains go like, my gosh, my skin looks dark. Is it because of my sunglasses? I wear sunscreen, I swear. I have to decide which ones to use. So there's a separate valve that does all of the outlets over here on the edge. And then there's one for the deep steps, one for the shallow steps, and one for the dolphins. Dolphins obviously stay opened all the way, and as you adjust others, that adjusts the flow that comes through the dolphins. I like to have the sides opened up somewhat. You can see a stream of water coming out of there because that helps push the debris across the pool over towards the skimmer. There's another skimmer down at the deep end too. I use these, if you're wondering what's the point, because when I swim laps, when I'm on my back, this gives me an idea of where I'm at, and, you know, to make sure I'm not gonna, like, you know, bump my noggin. Wish I had them for that end. That's really the dangerous end. Over here, you can kind of tell when you're coming up to the steps, but I've hit my head once on the corner, and that's when I was like, no, put those thingies in. Whatever they're called, the things that they don't sell anymore. I know, we're supposed to be doing other things, but it's a vlog, and I've kind of thrown this together, not last minute, but sort of. The plan was, what? We did the lighting, and now what? I can't remember. I have a bunch of irrigation stuff here, but that's all going to be in next week's video. I guess I could do some of it in this video. Maybe. No, let's keep it consistent. Now we've already done like 5 different things, or things that make no sense. There's nothing consecutive going on here. Anyways, I took that other fountain head and I put it down there so it would be my marker for the deep end when I'm swimming on my back. But there's just not enough flow to have these all open and have that one going strong. So I tried to plug this one up. That didn't work. And now it's stuck. So I have a tool here to help me get that piece off. And I'll put that one back down here. And while I do that, I'm going to think about what I have out here that hasn't been planted that would work for the front porch planters. Did I mention it's hot? It's very hot. That was too much. I'm sorry. We needed to see all that. That's why I decided, hey, let's do some stuff in the pool. Also, look what's going on over here. Can we see it from this angle? No. Oh, dang it. Well, there's some nice zooks coming in down there. I'm not crawling back out to give that thing a rotation. He's having the time of his life. Always so happy when the humans get in the pool with him. So this is just a regular, I don't know what you call it, outlet thingy. I should know the term. There's a term. And I should know it because they're used in fish tanks too, but I can't think of it. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use these already pretty rusted what are these lock jaw thing? I don't know what these are called. Channel locks? I think these are channel locks. That's better. Half a twist is all it needed, and it's coming out. That's a low one. Real low. Why are you so low, buddy? Freaks me out when they do that. I'm sure that everything's fine. Okay. So the deal with this spot over here, oh, that, you see that? That was supposed to come out. That's part of this. So this one is broken. Good to know. Not gonna be able to use that one anymore. I'm gonna very gently try and just unscrew that one. Okay. Think got lucky there. But oh, maybe it's not broken. Are these supposed to unscrew from each other? It looks like it. There's some threading on the inside. I had no idea. Is that how... Oh, I've been trying to figure that out for days. Because you're supposed to be able to adjust these. But I haven't been able to figure out how I could get it out and adjust it. It's because you're supposed to take it apart. Okay. Not that it really matters all that much. So I have 2 options here. I can go back down to the deep end and pull that one out and put it back over here. The problem is the threading in here just doesn't work for that little fountain thing. It pops out constantly, like twice a day. I have to screw it back into here. Don't know if that's because of a certain someone bumping into it. It probably is that. It's probably you, Turbo. Yeah, talking about you. Probably your fault. Everything's Turbo's fault. Not really. It's just the threading just doesn't work. The threading works fine for these things. Otherwise, I'd be saying, oh, I need to put a whole new bulkhead in there. Is there a way that I could use that on the other? I don't think so. I've tried plumber's tape and like different gooey things to make it stick better, and it's been going on for years. It just pops right out. But you can see I need both of them over here because the pressure, when this is wide open like that, it's nowhere near enough for this piece. I'm so sorry. I know we're supposed to be doing things with the garden, but this is what I'm doing right now. And people accuse me of not swimming sometimes, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I am in this pool every single day. I mean, maybe not every single day, but I'd say at least an average, probably 5 days a week. Try and swim a minimum... Turbo. I try and swim a minimum half mile every single day, weather permitting. See, this one is solid in here. Really solid. If this were in the other side, I'd just have to wiggle it and the whole thing would pop out. And that is incredibly frustrating. They're also just an annoying thing to have to move around because you have to take the whole thing apart in order to get it out. It's not that big of a deal when you're doing it 2 or 3 times a day. gets annoying. Well, this is a terrible idea. I no longer have any hands because I'm holding the camera. And I have my plumbing parts. The slope on the edge of this pool is not one that you can really stand on. I'm not entirely certain of its purpose because it's incredibly slippery. All right, let's make a leap for it to where I can touch the bottom. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, Turbo. Can you go get your water? Get your water. Go get it. Usually he goes over to the fountain and plays with the fountain when I say that. He'll do it. Yeah, there he goes. Yep, there we go. I think he's just feeling a little bit clingy right now, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. So I'll go ahead and show you what I'm talking about with this one. You screw it in, just, a few turns to the right, and oh, look at that, it just pops right out. But it threaded in fine on the other side, and these other things thread in just fine over here. They don't want to be together. Huh. A problem that's been bugging me for years, I think I have finally fixed. It's loose. It's loose and wobbly, but I don't think it's going to pop out. I took the retaining ring out because I was thinking, hey, maybe this isn't able to screw in quite far enough. Maybe things are stripped on the more shallow end of the bulkhead. I don't like how loose it is, but it's not really popping out. I should stop doing that. When I keep twisting it, it ends up wanting to be down like this, and I can't get it up like that, so I've had to put it in a way that's more loose. But I don't know, I don't think that's going anywhere. I really should stop messing with it, though. Okay, well, side quest complete. My gosh, the sun is intense. I have so much sunscreen on right now, but I can still feel my face. Like, it might be getting too much sun. Get that fixed up. Do something with that later. Okay, plants. Those look good. Hey, Turbo, look at this. What a nice shot. You're so handsome, Turbo. Looking so good with your flowers, like a delicious wet dog snack. I was thinking, oh, y'all probably can't hear me at all under the fountain, can you? It's not the best spot to be with the microphone. Look at that, that's nasty. It's been a whopping 12 hours since I've blown the patio off. Messy. All right, plants. I'm only over here because, well, I have plants over here. Some things I've been waiting to get in the ground. I have all these little windmill palms. Those are an option. If you don't know, the planters that I'm thinking of planting up, or that I'm going to plant up for sure, not thinking of, they're two 26 or 24 inch white squares. Last year I had braided willows in them. I did not keep them watered enough during the winter time, so they're dead now. And I have lots of little palms. Hi, Turbo. How you doing, baby? Good boy. I have the little windmills over there, which I don't think would make the most exciting centerpiece, because, you know, they're pretty tiny. Maybe. I do just love the way windmill palms look, and they tend to do really well on the front porch. And then I also have, back here, it's harder to see, but you can kind of make out a whole bunch of bamboo palms. I bought a lot of bamboo palms on clearance this spring, and that would work. Could do I think they're the Safritzii bamboo palms in each one. They're in 10-inch containers. It'd probably be smart to bump them up into a larger pot, like just a 12 or a 14-inch. That way I can lift them out during the winter time. There are lots of other options too, but I think that sticking with either a windmill or a bamboo palm would be a good idea because both of those are pretty cold tolerant plants. The windmill palms I can practically leave outside year-round. Ow, 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 oh my god. What the hell kind of a bug is that? Just to get away from me. Jeez. Did anybody get a good look at it? I don't know where, was it you? Was it you? Did you do this to me? It frickin' hurt. No, the thing I saw was small and it was a little black bug that got me. You're probably gonna get me now too, though. Little frickin' a-hole. That wasn't necessary. I could have saved your life. You were using me as a life raft. Well, that's fun. My entire arm is throbbing and on fire. So, yeah, the windmill palms, they can stay outside most of the year. Bring them in when it goes below 15 or 10, just because they're in containers, so gotta be more careful with them. And then the bamboo palm, which, I don't know, you really can't even see it back there, but I have a few of them. They're all kind of scraggly looking. Remember, they're clearance plants. Those they can take a little bit of frost, not a lot. So instead of, something like an Adenidia or a Majesty, lots of other palm trees, I would bring them in when we're dropping below 40. Whereas the bamboo palms, those I'll usually leave out until it's dropping into the upper 20s. Something like that. Okay, I'm gonna go run some warm soapy water over my forearm for a while, and we'll pick out some more plants or get going on the stuff in the front. And despite what just happened, I'll go grab a net so I can save that bee. Alright, this is sad. I don't know what's going on. Somebody must have sprayed some pesticides. There are just pollinators galore in here. You can't see them that well. See this yellow jacket or wasp guy over here. There's like these little tiny black, some sort of pollinator thing that stings and bites. There were several of those, and like 4 honeybees they're all in the mix here, so I need to just lay that out for them. The spot will be shaded here fairly soon. I go back and forth with that with the critters because sometimes they need some warmth to get them up and thriving again. I don't really want to pull this apart because there are things in there with stingers. But if they were in the water, then I just assume that they must be dying. What happened? That's weird. I don't use anything and haven't. You know, I'll sometimes do DE dustings at nighttime or neem, but I keep it away from the flowers, and I haven't done any of that this year because I haven't needed to. I do need to do something about the Japanese beetles over there, and did the mimosa tree somehow get like a systemic in it? How? I didn't give it anything. I haven't done any drenches, nothing. The neighbors up here, their pool's been broken, of course, it's brand new, why wouldn't it be? And their pool company was draining their pool down. There's a drain down here that goes to the storm sewer. Could there have been something in that water that the mimosa tree took up that's killing the bees? Huh. We had a ton of rain yesterday. Maybe something washed down from somebody else's property? Some sort of pesticide, like a grub control or something that... It wouldn't be affecting the mimosa already, though. It wouldn't have flown from the roots of the plants all the way up into the flowers yet. That's weird. I don't know. That's just really sad. It's just sad. I don't understand what happened there. I don't pull bees out of the pool very often. You know, maybe once a week there's a honeybee or a wasp or something. I'll get them out. Carpenter bees, that's almost a daily thing. I pull them out all the time. Let's call it like it is. Carpenter bees, they're not the smartest of the bees. I mean, they're still very intelligent little critters, but I see them like fly into the fans and all kinds of just things where I'm like, where do you do it? Why are you being dumb? How did you make it this far? But I always do a morning check and get the stuff out, and I do an evening check. That's just weird. That's really weird. I hope that it's not, I hope something didn't get into my tree. There's something else in the ground that they're getting into and it's killing them. A lot of the honeybees I pulled out were already dead. It's possible, because that storm yesterday afternoon really swept in out of nowhere. It was very, very, very heavy. So they may have just gotten washed in from the trees or from other things around there. If that's possible. I don't know. That was bizarre. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. But the only two things I can come up with is somehow a pesticide got something. I mean, one of the neighbors could have sprayed a pesticide on something and they could have flown over here and they're just dying. Guys, you gotta be careful. Don't spray pesticides on things with flowers. It's not a good idea. Okay, did my quick 30. That's too loud. I'm sure that's all kinds of obnoxious. Didn't see any more bugs in the pool. Other than like 1 or 2 bees that were in the skimmers. I pulled them out and they're still alive. I went and I looked around down there on top of, you know, all the mimosa flowers, and I'm not seeing many. There were a couple crawling around, so I've took them and just scooted them back away from the pool. The other ones that I pulled out, I let them spread out, and I kept an eye on them, and eventually they were gone and not back in the pool, so I'm assuming they must have just gotten like washed out of the tree during that storm. I'm going to grab the blower and blow that area off, because what's also potentially happened is all those flowers fell down this morning after I blew, and you know, they see that as like a path, because you may have noticed when I got bit, stung, whatever happened, that there was that honeybee I did a close-up of that was crawling around the edge, and then it fell right in the water. I'm assuming it got there because it was like following the path of the I don't know. Maybe the flowers were leading it over into that direction. So I'm going to, yeah, I'll blow that area off. I think that's a good idea. Then we can get to doing some planting, or whoever else, whatever else side quest comes up. Not whoever. I mean, you never know, but I'm thinking more whatever than whoever. All right. Have some options here. Don't know if the terracotta looking ones are quite large enough, but I think they look better. I only say that because they may end up in my entryway of the house indoors during the winter. I don't think I would like these in my entryway. That doesn't matter. I'm probably not going to use those. In fact, just put those back. Always good to be thinking ahead, but I cannot imagine that I would set those on the floor of the entryway to the house and go, oh, that looks good. Seems unlikely. Not that there's anything wrong with those pots if you like them. That's great. They're just very small. I don't like to keep things in the house that are short because of the cats. The cats will just chew the heck out of everything. So any plants that are in the house are typically in very tall planters. All right, let's find these bamboo palms. I thought there was one down there all that time I was filming and saying that one. I don't know what I was looking at. There was a glare on the screen. I don't know. I'll go back and double check. I think this one would be a good one to take. Maybe. I kind of like it there, though. That is a dumb place to have a plant, though. There's really no reason for that to be back there. So, pull that one out. Yeah, look at... Oh, see, these need to be repotted so badly. That pulled right out of its container. Let's have a look there. Yeah. I think that'll be a good upgrade. Probably perfect. Just need to find the others. I have 2 back here, and I had 4. Okay, so there probably was one over there. Well, it's providing privacy, so it can stay there. Which one of these? I don't want to take either one of those. Those are providing privacy, too. I'm going to check on this end again. See what's going on over there. Oh, yeah, this will be fine. It's not adding that much privacy. The pedicides are doing a lot of that work for them. Okay. Thinking this one looks a lot better than the other one. Oh, no. No, they're not that different. It's a good idea, though, to have a look at and make sure they're symmetrical enough. Let's see what's going on over here. Soil-wise, definitely going to need probably a hefty amount. Actually, I bet that little bag and just one of these, that should be good enough. In fact, just this one might be enough, but I'm just in the driveway. I don't want to have to come back here and grab more. May as well grab it all while I'm over here. Okay. Anything else? They would have to be things that can do the morning sun and afternoon shade. And they need to make sense. I have some hanging planters on the front porch that I got on clearance at Home Depot. They don't look that great, but I figured I'd divide those up and use those into these pots, help fill things in. These are all things that need to do some more growing out. I don't think they'd be happy on the front porch. Unless, do I have none of these lemon blush caladiums? So I planted caladium bulbs from Proven Winners. You know, they sell caladium bulbs in March. They're just now coming up. No idea what took them so long. That is the slowest progression I have ever seen on a caladium. I might be able to pull this apart. I don't think I want to, though. Oh, I have these Snow Princess alyssum back here. They need to be planted up anyway, so these are, yeah, Snow Princess. Those will look great coming over the front of a white container. Yes, that was sarcasm. What the heck? What's this? Seriously, what is this? What's going on here? Oh, I had some extra caladium bulbs, so I just tossed them into this container right here. Well, that'll work. I think these look really nice. Those will definitely stand out and add some color. I like how that worked out. So I was talking about using the lemon blush, but I only have the one. I'm going to use the alyssum, but they're not going to have much of an impact. Not for a while anyways. Everything else that's over here, things that, like I said, I've had to start more. All these vinca, those are ones that got smashed when we had the tornadoes blow the plants over about, I don't know, a month and a half ago. Thought they were dead, but I set them out and they're coming back. I could probably move those to more sun, actually. And over here, these are small palms that I'm growing out. I have some Sound of Music hostas, but I wanted those in the landscape. I have these 2 gardenia trees here. The person who these were going to decided that they didn't want their planters anymore. So these are extras. I don't really think that those will pair that well. I can't put them in the same containers as bamboo palms. That'll look dumb. I have a couple other planters on the front porch. They're gold. They're for the holidays, and I just move them out of the way during the summertime, and these would fit into those. I just think it'll look maybe bizarre. I could, you know what? I bet I could do something with one of these on the front. That's something to think about. I need to just handle the 2 planters first and the hanging baskets, and we'll get to accessorizing the area later. Gorgeous Irish moss over here. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. Would not be able to see that in those planters, though. What is this, some kind of salvia? Oh, yeah, but that's in the ground. Can't take that. There's some very sad-looking dichondra here. I don't think I'd want to use that either. Okay, well, that's enough of the rehab plants. We'll take these 2 Snow Princess. That's at least something. Oh, look, there's an impatient popping up. Must have seeded itself over there from last year. It's interesting. I don't remember having many impatiens planted up in this area last year. I think I maybe had some over here in the fan palm planters, maybe. Ooh, begonias. Do I have any begonias? Like some nice big Rex begonias. That would be nice. I wish Southern Living sold more plants this far north, because I know they have some beautiful, huge begonias. But they just, I don't know, they don't sell them up here, and they're not that easy to get their stuff online either. Well, this is good. That's a good start. Did you do your swimmies? Yeah, you had a good time. Okay, some time has passed. Got a few more videos, so I'm going to try and get back into the habit of uploading 3 times a week. The past couple weeks, it's only been twice. I've been recovering. You know, there's been a lot going on. The party and such. Had another swim. Does anybody know how to get mineral sunscreen off? It comes off my legs, but my feet got me out here looking ridiculous. It won't come off. I tried coconut oil. It's not coming off. That's like 3 days worth down there. I keep putting it on, and it never comes off. Anyways, plants are loaded up into the driveway. It's getting a little bit dark to be planting up on the front porch. I don't know, maybe we could do it. Can at least get the ball rolling, that is, with the larger things. At least, you know, get the big plants taken care of. I think I'm going to need a shovel. And my microphone. The mic makes me nervous because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I never know. Tried 4 different mics with this camera, and they're all doing that. So I guess it's the camera. My old camera's doing it too. That's why I bought a new camera. And I'm still having this problem. I don't know what's going on there. Get the view. Everything's looking great. The hydrangeas. Oh my gosh, don't they just look fantastic? Prime hydrangea time. They're looking so good. All right, so I went ahead and I got the bamboo palms repotted. That'll be in a separate video. I also remembered I have all of these heliconias. I have so many heliconias. May as well throw those into the mix too, right? Have them, may as well use them. And then I have these carex over here that I keep wanting to call silver falls, but that's not what it is. That's the dichondra. Feather falls. I wasn't that far off. I think these would look excellent spilling out of the container. But I also noticed, since I had them sitting there, that I really like the way those look right there. Not just leaving them on the patio. That'd be ridiculous, but they're perennial, so maybe I should hold on to all of them and plant them up in here this fall. I think those would look beautiful. This is a nice slope, and these carex, they look really good on a slope. It would mean that I can't fill the spot with tropicals every year, but I'm okay with that. That's just less work they have to do in the springtime. And carex are really great because they hold their color for a long time. I can still use them in the summer containers and just lift them out and put them in here, right? I was overthinking things. I think the gorilla cart is full, so we'll just carry these to the front. Okay. I think that's no, it's not. It's not everything. Still need the shovels. Where are you going? I wish these things had brakes on them. What are you doing out here? I didn't tell you could come back here, Turbo. All right. Here's what we're working with. The front porch, the mess, the disaster. These are the old willows. Not looking great. This whole thing really is just embarrassing. You know, the backyard, it kept me so busy this year that I just didn't get around to handling things until now. So here we are. These are the big white square planters. I also have a ton of plants here that look like garbage that Proven Winters sent. They didn't send. I ordered them and then they sent them, and everything was just smashed. Look at all the nemesias. I ordered a whole bunch of nemesias and they're just dead. They were crushed. They were not packaged very well. I'm not pleased with that, but that's not normal for when I order things from Proven Winters. So this is what it is. And no, I didn't contact them. I should have. I'm sure they would have remedied it, but I just did not have time. These showed up the morning before the big birthday party bash that we had out here for my nephew. Like, I don't have time to deal with this. So I unpacked them and I set them down. There's still some fun stuff to work with here, though. These are the hanging baskets I was talking about. So there's 2 of these coleus, which are just lovely. I say that hesitantly. I'm not crazy about coleus. Are any of you like that? We all just have things we like and dislike. And for me, coleus is one of those plants where I'm always just kind of like, I don't love it. But it makes for a nice filler, and these planters are pretty big. I also grabbed these begonias that I don't think I'm actually going to use. They could use some more rehab time. I don't feel great about pulling at the roots of that plant. It seems like a bad idea. This one looks a lot better, but I don't know. I think it might just hang out over here with the other one for now. But it's lots of fun stuff to work with. The ipomeas in here, these are sweet potato vines. What's the variety? I think they're just gorgeous. Isn't the foliage on that absolutely stunning? And I don't recall the name. I'm sorry, but it's very pretty. Proven winners, they have only so many sweet potato vines, so just look it up and I'll type it up here on the screen, or maybe you'll do that at home. It's a pretty red sweet potato vine. Very nice deep color to it. This one's been getting more light than the others, so you can see the difference in their foliage color. I don't know that I'm going to want to use these in these white planters because I have those to put in the that's not a good one. The hanging baskets. I potted up this beautiful dragonwing begonia in a video not too terribly long ago. And I thought instead of filling the container with flowers, which is what I normally do, it would just look nice to just have just a sweet potato vine, that deep red color coming down, because that way it'll blend right in with the brick. Maybe I didn't think about it that well. Oh well, let's just move on with these. This is what I would like to handle for right now. Need to get these braids out of the containers. And this is actually probably, I'm gonna need a lot of soil, aren't I? I was thinking that this would be real quick, but maybe I should hold off on this until there's more light out here. The problem is when the sun is on the front porch is an absolutely miserable place to be. I kind of figured that, all right, we'll just wait till evening to do this part, and it might be grainy, but then, have a look at it later when it's brighter and everything. Oh, I think that's not gonna be hard to get out. I brought a shovel. I didn't even need the shovel. Did I bring the shovel? Oh yeah, it's right behind me. So I also, in the front of this container, had hydrangeas. They were a floral type, so I wasn't really expecting much of anything to happen with these. Oh, and if you're wondering, I'm tossing these out into the landscape, and I'll chop them up and just let that become part of the soil. They weren't diseased or anything, they just had a really rough winter. That's all there is to that. There are also some hostas in here that I really thought would have survived, but they did not. So here we are. I'm not going to do this. I was going to put fresh soil in here, but it would take a ton of soil. I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm just going to take the Proven Winners mix here, and we'll just blend that in. I'm going to blend that in, and that'll be plenty. I forgot to dig. I should have dug out some soil first. What's wrong with me? I don't have my head on straight tonight, you guys. And I'm walked away from the camera while it's still going. So I'm off my game too. Well, I don't know. This might work out just fine. I was thinking I probably need to pull some of that old soil out to make up for the displacement that will be in here when I put the bamboo palm in. Because they're in decent sized pots. It's going to displace a lot of soil, so I might just need to go grab a bucket or something to put some of this mix in. I can make room to get those bamboo palms in here. There we go. And I'm just going to keep doing this for a few minutes. I'll go find something to put some of the soil into and start having fun getting things planted up in here. Finally, now that's mid-July almost. Oh, look what was sitting right next to me. A massive hanging basket that a begonia is going to go in. You guys know the begonias, right? They're not going to be too picky about their baskets. This will work fine for that, right? I can just displace soil into this, and if some soil ends up hanging behind, that's okay. That's not going to hurt anything. I don't have a place to set it, though. Ran out of room to work here with all the plants that are on the ground, so I'll just fill this up and reach over everything. That might be the only way I can do this. Champagne problems, right? So many plants that you can't walk around on your front porch. I'm not complaining about that. All right, I think I may have taken out too much mix, but I'd rather have taken out too much than not enough. So we'll just assume that that's going to be the right level. Actually, you know what? I think that's actually, that's fine. Totally fine. The plant itself is a little bit wonky, but that should correct over time in this container. Notice I have it pushed towards the back. Just for some reason, I want it in the front of the pot, but I will have more planting room if it's in the back. Now that I'm looking at this, I'm going, oh shoot, I have too many plants. I was thinking I didn't have enough. That pot takes up a lot of space. I think the best thing to do now would just be to gently backfill. I'm trying to do this so carefully because I don't want to make a big mess out here. And if I do, I want it to be on this side of the patio. This side's much easier to hose off. The bamboo palms are in different size containers, just slightly different size containers. The other one's pot is more shallow. So I figured the one that I had to dig the most out of would probably be the best one to do over here on the edge of things. Right, that way I can spill some more. I should probably start playing around with things. I want to make sure that these back corners are filled in really, really well. There we go. It's those areas in the back. They tend to be spots where things get lost. What I should probably do is pick out like what I absolutely want and then work backwards. I want these caladiums in these pots. Those will be beautiful and easy to tuck into because they've just started growing, so I can pull them apart and just tuck them down into everything. The heliconias would be nice, but I'm not sure if that's going to fit. I really don't know because these are really rooted in their containers. I'll have to divide them up to make them fit, and I don't really want to do that tonight. That, and I've misplaced my hori. I don't want to even try to divide this up without the hori. It's going to be tricky. Oh well, let's just give it a go. Maybe it won't be that bad. Yeah, so this one's pulling out okay. Actually, pulled out a little bit too easily. You plant it up in mud. Sometimes the growers will do that. I'm gonna come in here and do a lot of cleaning on this one. So I got some heliconias in the springtime that showed up not looking very good, and this is one of them. If you can't tell, this is one of the heliconias that wasn't looking very good. They sent new ones, so now I have an abundance of heliconias. I have all kinds of new ones. I'm thinking for the bulk of this brown stuff, I should really just be using a pair of scissors, but I'm right here, so may as well get some of that out of there right now. And let's see, will this divide up? Yeah, okay, all right. Not too shabby. Not having to do much with that at all, and I think that's probably because this may have had some rot in it, in the middle of it, which I'd wondered about a while ago, and doused these with a copper-based fungicide. So I'm just going to assume they're okay. Nice thing about being able to divide them up like this is now I can work them into these more narrow spots like in this corner back here. Okay, we're just barely able to get those in. That was a tight squeeze into those spots. Now, moving forward, probably the caladiums, I think. I'm pretty sure these are either Pink Illusion or Festivia. I think they're Festivia. I'm pretty sure that's the name on these. Aren't they beautiful? Really, really pretty caladium. Let me lift this out. I feel like I only put 3 corms in here, but it's looking like there's a lot more than that. Oh, wow. Okay, so these have done a lot, considering it's only been 2 weeks. But that's okay. They'll still divide up. Question is, how many will I get out of this? I don't want to break them. I just want to very gently get them out from the root mass. So I think a big clump like that would be a good way to go. They're getting tangled up too. Do one of those right there. I think I'm going to end up with an odd number, which means I'll have one left over. Unless I can divide this into 4, which I don't know if I should be doing that, but well, it looks like that's what's happening. So, okay, that'll work. That'll work just fine. I did rip through one of the corms, but they're in active growth. Okay, I ripped through 2 of the corms. It's okay, they're in active growth. It'll heal, it'll keep growing. This is just looking beautiful, isn't it? Doesn't this just look lovely? All my sad divided up plants. Hey, I knew I wasn't going to be going into this working with things that were brand new and looking perfect. I was working with well, mostly with scraps out here, really. This one, gosh, that's so pretty. The leaves on these. Really nice. They're gonna stay floppy for a while. That's normal. They gotta adjust. That's all. All right, now the question is, am I going to be able to fit a 10-inch basket of coleus in here? That will be tricky. Coleus, they're not like the caladiums and a lot of other plants. I don't typically like to disturb their roots all that much. But, well, I'm not going to have a choice. I'm going to make this fit in here. I just knocked a whole entire stack of pots over. That's what all that noise was. This looks like there are 3 different plants in here, so I could just ever so carefully. Yeah, I don't think I got the best amount of roots with that, but that's okay. One right there. I'm gonna squeeze one down right there. Do another one over here in front of this caladium and hope that I'm leaving room for everything else that I want here. I don't want this pot to be dominated by coleus. That would be really boring. Oh, but it does fill nicely. I don't hate it. All right, so I have 3 plants left that I was hoping to use in these, and that's Snow Princess Alyssum, and then I had these Night Owl Mongaves, and I thought that would look neat in the front with the Alyssum, but there's definitely not room for that. I could just pull that coleus out of the middle and have it on each side, and that would make room, probably. It will probably make room. We got the Mongave in there, and then I have that Alyssum coming over the front. Or maybe instead of doing the Alyssum, maybe I do one of these sweet potato vines here. This is a Proven Accent Sweet Caroline Light Green. It's a nice leaf on it. But I don't really care for the way this looks with that coleus. It actually goes really well with it. Maybe that's what I don't like. I like things that are sometimes a little bit jarring. So perhaps these do go together, and that's what I should use. Yeah, there's not going to be room to get that Alyssum planted in front of the Mongave, but I can stick it, I guess, just on one of the sides. If I had an even number of them, then I'd just put one on each side, but I don't, which has me wondering if maybe I should just go a different direction and use these sweet potato vines. I have tons of these red sweet potato vines. Huh? Yeah. That looks nice. You know what, though? I don't need to obsess over the trailer just yet, because I forgot that over here, I walked away. I'm coming back. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Did you miss me? Look, I'm back. The Feather Falls Carex. I think that would be a nice touch. Remember, it'll be down lower. It won't be blocking everything. It'll be more like that. It'll block the Mongave for a while, but eventually that Mongave, it'll grow up. They grow fast. Oh no. Okay, so the problem with the Carex, with any ornamental grasses, I'm not going to be able to loosen that root mass up all that much. I can come in here and give it a tickle. Loosen that up at the very bottom. It's starting to be a ring. But I don't have a lot of room to work with when it comes to squeezing it into the container. Huh? What do we think? I know it seems lumpy and weird, but I think that's going to look really nice when the coleus gets some size on it. The caladium in the background. And then that Mongave, this is the Night Owl. It will grow quickly. It'll be, kind of like up here. Yeah, I like that. And I don't typically do things like this. I went ahead and I just stuck the Snow Princess Alyssum in that back corner. It'll work. It's fine. I have a tendency to want a lot of symmetry in my planters. So this is a different territory for me. But I really do feel like once all these bold textures fill in, that I'm going to really like how this looks. I mean, I think that I just like that Carex. That looks really nice. It really just reminds me of a Coryphytum. If I had the option, which I don't, I'm not going to buy more plants to these planters. I already have a ton of stuff around here. But just doing an Alpinia, I think would look really pretty there. And then not doing coleus at all. But this is what I'm working with. I got some good clearance plants and I want to use them. It's for the front porch. I'm not out here a ton, so I wanted things that would be pretty easy and low maintenance and just have lots of bold colored texture. All right, that one's done. I'm gonna move on and do this one out. And maybe we'll just pick up in the morning when there's more light on these and you can have a better look at them. Oh, a beautiful morning. Thought I'd start things off with a different angle. We're always over here looking at things in that direction. Instead, now you get a view of the needle palm and the trash can and the extension cord and the foot. The foot. I forgot to plant up the foot this year. That's okay. That's all right. I'm going to go get a haircut in a little bit, and I wanted to maybe run by the Home Depot or Lowe's while I'm out in that area, and maybe they'll have something I can toss in there. Although I will have some extra, either Plectanthus or Hello Chrism. I'm not sure which. I have some of those on the front porch. I think it'd be weird just to put that in the foot. But it is a foot though, right? So I really shouldn't be overthinking this. Front porch is looking nice. Oh, look, you get to see me talking to you. Yeah, I'm using my phone today because it's hot. Very hot. Hi. Actually, I need to turn this thing on. Pool's getting a little bit grungy. Okay, all right, rotate things back over here. I got some fun stuff from Prime. We'll get back to the front porch, I promise, but it's an oven over there right now. Okay, interrupting Jeff here. I just spent a long time. You're going to get to see it just talking about some Amazon beach balls. And I was like, hey, that's not cool. Let's focus on the planters here for a moment and then get back to that part of the video, since I did say we'll pick up in the morning. And here we are, morning. Yay! It's much easier to see them now. Do we love it? The feather falls. I think that's so pretty. It's still weirded me out having 3 different things in the front here, but it's okay. I want all of these things in the planter, so they're all just, that's just how they're gonna go. And so that's how they turned out. I really like it. So remember, a lot of these things were divisions, so they're going to need some time to, you know, do their thing and recover from being torn up and divided. I should, and hopefully will remember to fill up the watering can with root stimulator and give these both a big drink with the root stimulator. I need to do that anyways because I repotted both those bamboo palms into larger containers, so they need something to help set off their growth. I think the alyssum's going to be very happy in these containers. I do think it's going to blend in quite a bit, but that's okay. I wanted the alyssum on the front porch because it smells nice, so it's a good thing to have as a greeting, like, hey, welcome to my front porch, everything smells okay here. That was weird. Yeah, there we go, done. So I still have one of these big 22-inch hanging baskets, and I would like to get that basket planted up, and I have some other things to add to that one and then into this one. But first, I'm gonna cut back to some other things to do during the day, and we'll come back to this later on. Hi. How you doing, bud? You sleepy? You look really tired, Turbo. Porch. Looking very, very sleepy. Okay, so these right here, Prime Day, you know, gotta jump in and get your deals while you can. I don't have any affiliate links. I guess I do, but I never use them. There's a separate Amazon you have to go into when you're an affiliate to find the links for the things, and it's a pain. I never use it. I don't make it. There's no commish. I don't get anything off this, but I think it's fun to share good deals. So I don't know if I would call these great deals because they were expensive for being what they are. They're just beach balls with lights in them. That's it. There's nothing special here. But I have a set that I've had for, well, just a year now. I bought that one. It came in a set of 2 last year, and I never even deflated them. They were out here all winter. I think they were underneath the glider over there, and they're in great shape and they still work. So I thought to myself, hey, you should get some more of those, even though they were more on the pricey side. They were like $48 for 2, which I'm like, for a light up beach ball, but that price though, or not the price, the fact that they lasted that long, I'm willing to pay it. And with the Prime Day stuff, the one that was $48 went on sale for like $36, and that's one of these. And the other one of these is one that was not on sale, but it was just regularly priced cheaper. I don't know which is which. Okay, I looked it up. The TIALLY is the one that I was saying was 48, marked down to 36 or 38. These are the ones that had lasted through last winter. And this is just the other brand that was on sale for 31, and they're normally 39. You get 2 of them. I don't want to spend too much time on beach balls, but I really enjoy things that light up and shine at nighttime. If you can't tell, and that's how the video started, right? I gotta get a timer for those lights too. That's something I should do while I'm at the Home Depot. So there isn't really much to show here. These come with a patch kit. I'm pretty sure they both do. There we go. And also some instructions, which I assume are just, you know, blow up ball. No, probably need to... Oh, she's so happy. Too happy. That's... I think they made it weird. Place in direct sun for 8 hours. Enjoy at night. Yeah. Oh, hey, there you go. You can do that. Do that thing. Do the 20% off. You're welcome. You're happy or we make it right. All right. Okay, cool. The ones that I have, they just turn on and off on their own. And they have one mode and that's it. These over here have a whole bunch of different features, and they are less expensive. The inflate deep, yeah, okay. Looks like they have a remote control on them. I thought there was something else written on here that I had read about other things, like you can change the brightness, maybe. I don't know, I'm not really reading all that. Inflate, charge 8 to 10 hours, press the button, okay, it'll automatically charge during the day and automatically charge at night. It can let it for 13 to 16 hours. Yeah, right. Maybe you can. Adjust light intensity and mode with the remote controls. Maybe if you have the light intensity turned down really far, maybe they will stay lit for that long. Oh, this one, it came with the pump. I doubt this is a very useful pump, but maybe this will do great. I don't know. These aren't typically that hard to just, you know, blow up with your mouth. Okay, and these have different packaging, like this. Why is this? Instructions and the remote control. Let's put that over there. All right. So this one has the larger base on it, so that'll sit flat and float upright. You can see the solar panel on the inside. These have a smaller base on them, if any base at all. These actually look, they might be a little bit different than my other ones. They shouldn't be. It's the same brand and everything. Now, it's been a year since I unpacked the other ones, so it seems reasonable that I wouldn't remember what they look like. I'm going to get these blown up, and then, I don't know, maybe we'll cut back and get to see them at nighttime. They're just going to look like beach balls that have lights in them. It's not terribly exciting, but I get excited about it. I do think it is extravagant. That's a lot of money on beach balls. I wanted to compare them. I can only justify it if I go ahead and film it and show everybody. So, yeah, I'm going to get these blown up, let them sit out in the sun for the day, go do the haircut thing, and maybe, I'm not positive. We'll see. Hopefully the next thing you'll see will be at the Home Depot, maybe grabbing a couple of plants, and then come back and finish up the front porch. Okay, real quick though, first, I have to say, before I forget, these two right here were the ones that were more expensive. They're much easier to inflate, and they're actually shaped like balls. There's some condensation on the inside, you know, because lungs and moisture. These, they have a loop on the top, so you can hang them. That's a nice touch. They're shaped more like, I don't know what you would call that shape. Hot air balloon, perhaps. You can see it's bigger on the right than it is on the left. And they have all these attachments on the inside that hold the strings. So the strings look better suspended, whereas in here they're more like, loose and whatnot. That's enough. I've spent too much time talking about the balls. I'm sorry. Okay, this is, wait, I don't know. This is new. Does this work? I don't know how to use this thing yet. One, too short, but it's fine. It'll grow. I just got to Sam's Club and there's a man walking into the store with half of a watermelon wrapped in saran wrap. What? Why? Nothing to do with the video, but I thought I should share that with everyone. I don't really know why. It was weird, because it was weird. Why is he going in there with a watermelon? He was at customer service. Let's put on my seatbelt. I thought, oh, well, maybe it's an employee and they're having some kind of like employee lunch, and he thought he'd bring in half a water. No, he was at customer service with that thing. I know, things happen. Things go wrong. Watermelons can be bad. I don't know that I've ever returned a fruit before. I've had to call the grocery store before to let them know that there was some moldy stuff and like some prepackaged things that I took home, but I didn't return it. Huh. I just thought like you weren't allowed to bring dirty food back into the store. Maybe Sam's is different than my local grocery stores. I don't know. I'm going to Home Depot. Okay, I meant Lowe's. When I said Home Depot, I meant Lowe's. Solely because when I drove by, I noticed, hey, there's nobody in that parking lot. Let's go here. Oh, hibiscus season. Who are you? Luna Pink Swirl. Cute. Oh, these are beautiful salvia. Got the bees on there. This is I really like it. Unplugged So Blue. I have my sunglasses on. Is it so pretty without them? Yes. What do you think? Love it. Yeah, there's just not a ton here this time of year. More hibiscus, some weigillas. Jeez. This is sad. And cute little crepe myrtles. I like the shape on this guy. I could make you into a fun little bonsai, actually. Has some good shape to it. Coral Magic. That's one of the smaller ones, right? Well, 8 to 10 feet high and 6 to 8 feet wide. That's not that small, but I mean, medium small. Grape Myrtle. Ooh, this one. That one has better shape. I know, that's not what we're here for. The thing is, I don't think we're gonna find what I'm here for, which were just some little embellishments for the front porch. Okay, bush cherries, Jade Parade. Wonder how that compares to the Easiest Pie or whatever that is from Proven Winners. Glossy blue-green leaves, shades of yellow, orange, red, and fall. Okay, what about the fruit? Doesn't say anything about the fruit. Because a lot of the bush cherries, they can have a bitter fruit to them sometimes, or it's more of a sour, a sour cherry. I believe the Easiest Pie is supposed to be better. Exoras, those look nice. Those look real nice, but can't do that. Oh, hello. Clearance department's loaded. Overflowing. Oh, these look fine. Well, no, they don't. Never mind. Don't look horrible, though. What do we have? We have some annuals, and looks like there's some grasses. Why is this on clearance? What's wrong with it? Paul's Golds. Why are you on clearance? Half off. Half off. Huh. Even these hydrangeas, what kind of hostas are these? Shadowlands, Miss America. Oh, it's not one of my favorites. It's pretty, though. Oh, they got too much sun. Okay, well, that happens. When they're in containers, it's easy for that to happen. Half off these hydrangeas. These are $15 for the Pop Star. Those are the Endless Summer, right? Yeah, Endless Summer hydrangeas. Pretty. Citrus. Something a lemon. Yeah. Meyer Lemon. Sonic Bloom Pink Weigella. I'm a sucker for a good deal, but I don't need any of these things. Good Lord, it just keeps going and going and going. I mean, it would be fun to have more hydrangeas. It's always fun to have more hydrangeas. And I do like the Pop Stars. I wish they had some of the Monrovia hydrangeas on clearance, those Newport ones. And mine has yet to bloom, which is odd. That thing should have bloomed by now. But it will. It'll get there eventually. Those tend to be more pricey. Geez, all of these. Shadowlands. Miss America. Hope Springs. It has a fun shape to it. Long ripple leaf. Cannas galore. There's more variety on the clearance shelves than there are on the regular shelves. All these yuccas. It's a nice looking grass. What are you? Little blue stem. It's fun. That might be kind of cute coming out the top of the foot. Just put a grass in the top of it. $15. How little are you? Because there's not a ton of sun over there moving forward. 3 to 4 feet now. That's not that small. In the grand scheme of grasses, I suppose it's not very big, but it's not quite small enough. Filamentosas, hydrangeas, and yeah, fun. Oh my gosh, these are all on clearance. Look at, you see the SKUs? Look at them. They're all slashed. They're all 50% off. I wonder why they look so good. Sarcasm. Sometimes I have to clarify sarcasm. Oh yeah, that's gonna help the Lorado look better. Just stick it right in the blazing sun. Also, a whole bunch of things that I not only don't need, but also don't. That was $50. Seriously, these bird of paradise. That was $50. That's crazy. Ridiculous. I would have liked to have just gotten something fun from the clearance rack, but I wasn't blown away by anything over there. But with that much to choose from, I also feel like a schmuck paying full price for something now. This is tempting too. All these arbs. These are only like $15 after tax. I mean, they look like garbage though, but it would be fun to have a whole bunch of these to play around with for fall and winter containers. But I don't really feel like trying to limp them through or, get them through until fall or winter. That and the placatas, they just don't do well in containers for me during the winter. This is an oxide. This is Skybound. I thought these were Skarsgards. Different story. All right, let's find some that look decent. This one's fine. I just assumed that they were placatas because the placatas don't usually look great this time of year, but this is Occidentalis. They do much better for me in containers during the winter time. I've had those spring grows for several years. You don't look too bad. Yeah, that's fine. It just, I don't know. I don't know. See how pale and gray that's getting? I want to make sure they have some green on them. Although I just noticed that one's got some of that fading on it too. I had my sunglasses on, pulled them off. Maybe not that one. Well, they're half off. I can't expect them to look fantastic. I should probably look at the stats on these, but they're going to go in containers for a while, so that's fine. Don't have to read up on them, but may as well while we're here. 15 to 18. Oh, that's a good size. That's a really good size. Okay, should I just get them all? No. I don't want to get all of them, but I do want to get a whole bunch. Maybe 4? 5. 5 will do. It's set up to 4 feet wide, right? Let's double check this. I got excited. 15 to 18 tall, 3 to 5 feet wide. Okay, so you'd want to space them if you're forming a hedge, about 3.5 to 5 feet spacing. And I'm thinking about doing this along my fence line behind the berm that the laurels are in. So I've wanted to put some there for a long time, but I didn't want to put anything there that would get too big. But I think 15 to 18 feet tall and only 5 feet wide. That would be good. I think that's a good size. That's kind of like the baby giant. There's junior giant, baby giant, and green giant. I've been looking for baby giants, and that's about their dimension. Still, not what I was here for. Oh, should I get some hibiscus for the iguana? No, I just got a bunch of hibiscus for the iguana. I just doing these drop-in planters in the foot, but I don't like it. It doesn't look good. I like how the hydrangea that's sitting out on the pavement in the sun is the one that looks the best out of all of them. Don't do it. Don't buy the hydrangea. I want it so bad. Let me see. I just want to do a little reading on it. All season long. It just says reblooming. I like to know about their bloom habit, though. It's like nothing you've seen before. Electric, but It's a lace cap. Yeah, it's a lace cap. We're just moving into such a hot part of the year. I don't know. No, I'm not crazy about it. Stick with things that you really, really want. Otherwise, just wasting money, right? Oh, some Everillo Carex. That might be cute coming off the top of the foot. I'd like that. And it's perennial. Or should I just put a whole entire bush in the top of the foot? 5 feet high, 6 feet wide. I mean, it'd be kind of funny to just grow a bush out of the top of that thing. And keep it pruned up, keep it bonsai. Man, these are small. Really small. Oh, and these are all 50% off too. Water me, yeah, it's probably a good idea. Those are overpriced to begin with. And, these are the plicatas. No, they're not. And it was at this moment I just remembered it's the occidentalis that don't do well, and it's the plicatas that do. So I'm going to put these back. I don't want them. That's why their dimensions are so good, because it's just an arborvitae. It's just a regular, like, Smarsgard. Not quite. It's a little bit different, but no. I'm glad that I double-checked that. I always flip those. The occidentalis versus the plicata. Occidentalis dies. Plicata thrives. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't really need these anyways, but it would have been a good starting off point for that hedge. I do not think the occidentalis would do as well with the sun over there as a plicata would either. So there's that. It is insane what a difference humidity makes. It was 10 degrees warmer yesterday and beautiful. Today, it just feels disgusting. I'm at Home Depot. I just wasn't into it. I wasn't into the plants at Lowe's. Everything all twisted and confused here. Better, much better. Oh, they have the Vinca with the dichondra again. Those were, oh jeez, and they're only $12. Uh-oh. I'm running out of places to hang things. Oh, is this it doesn't say, it just says shade combo. The Orchid Blush Sun Patient, that's what I've been looking for, some more of those. So I used them all in the backyard, and I really liked these in those planters that we just did on the front porch, but not for $12, that's insane. Absolutely not. Oh, but why are the Vinca ugly? They have some nice big begonias, but not what I was looking for. This is getting off task, but they always have the nicest succulents. Oh, those are nice. So these guys are on sale. Not anything useful, though. See, the thing is, I'm pretty happy with the planters. I don't know that they need anything else to them. It's a pretty canna. Nice leaf. I know the name. I cannot remember. Is it written down? Cleopatra. Yeah, if you're wondering. Nice leaves on the Cleopatra. All the fun sale stuff. Been there, done that. Did not end well. I always get excited when I see the boxwoods. I don't know why. I never buy them. They do not overwinter well in a container. I don't have any spots in my yard where I really want to keep them. Hibiscus palms, tropical's not part of sale. Okay. I'm not going to look at them then. I don't need them. Cute little honeysuckles and trees. Lots of trees. Oh, look at the little gin fizz. Little gin fizz juniper. That's cute. That's a really cute juniper. What are you? Oh, it's another gin fizz, just different color. Oh, the little babies, they're so cute. That's kind of pretty. Jade gold. I can't see my screen. I don't think I even got it. So all the planes are always flying over my house. That's the airport they're usually going to. Or coming from. 6 to 8 feet. 3 to 4 feet wide. I kind of like this. That's pretty. Well, without the sunglasses, I don't like it quite as much. That's apparently a Golden Globe orb. Huh. I guess maybe it will be someday. Look at how cute this one is. Doesn't it have a great shape? American cranberry bush. That's kind of cool. Bailey's Compact. Yeah. I do not buy berries ever if I don't do some research on them. Got some North Poles. And you are just Thuja Standishii. Oh, it's Junior Giant. We were just talking about these. Well, look at that. That worked out well. So these are 50%. These are the same price as the others. No, they're a better price. Impulse control. You're not that much fun most of the time, but this time you paid off. You don't need as many of them. 8 to 10 feet wide. Oh, this is great. Wait, that says Little Giant. Didn't the other one say Junior Giant? That's Junior Giant. Junior Giant. Size-wise, 15 to 20 on the Junior Giant. How about the Little Giant? These have the same... I thought it said Little Giant. Why is Little Giant the same size as Junior Giant? That's not... I'm confused. This is Junior. That's Junior. Oh, it's because they put Little Giants in the... Okay. I'm so sorry. I had to suck y'all into that. Oh, we're building a hedge, y'all. Okay, I'm going to load up on these. We'll get back to the house. And I'm not dealing with these in this video. This video is long enough, but... You know, pick up and do some other things. Got some good stuff here. Dropping my keys. Keep dropping my keys. So much good stuff. I suppose you've already seen most of this because you were with me. Look at them. There's so many. I got 9. I figured that should be enough. And then a couple of the Feather Falls Carricks. Talked about getting some more of those. And then a Chicago Luster Viburnum. It's beautiful. We'll be doing things with these in other videos, so we'll get to that another time. For now, I just need to unload these into the part shade, I would say, and make sure they're in line with the sprinklers. Hey, Pumpkin! Nice of you to show up. Lighting in here is not so great tonight, huh? In Turbo? Yes, hello. I know, everyone's here. I know, everyone's here. It's so nice to see you. Such a good boy. I missed you so much. Don't always get a lot of Pumpkin time, so I want to make sure to show her. Let's get back to the baskets. Oh, I'm sorry, Troy. I gotta do front porch stuff. Poor guy. He just wants to go outside and play. We'll go out in a few minutes. I got both my shadows here. Both of them. Hi, Pumpkin. You're so stinking cute. New car seat. Nephew's grown up so fast. Right, that'll work for you. You can still see. I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything, but really, neighbor's lawn company shows up at 8 o'clock at night. Everybody's lawn companies have been coming on the same day, so that's why it's 8 o'clock at night, and I'm just now getting out because I've been waiting for all the noise to stop. Ugh, whatever. Gonna have to push through it. I'm so sorry. As annoying as I think it is, I'm also like, geez, it would suck to be working 8 o'clock at night during the summer. But, well, it's not too terribly hot outside. So there's that. Alright, basket time. Oh, this one needs it. Poor thing is looking rough. Gonna be glad, I think, to get into a larger basket. You can tell they're just screaming for some more root space. I could just take this off. Actually, not really. I've never tried this. This is a different basket. Can I not disconnect? It doesn't. Oh. No, I can't. That's on there. Well, just have to scoot it as far over as I can. That'll have to do. Hopefully I have enough soil here. I know that other one took a ton of potting mix. The big one that's up there I just showed you. Well, a ton in the sense of what you would expect for a hanging basket. Took a lot in that regard. Come on. Come on. Ah, there we go. It's one thing that I do miss about the Miracle-Gro bags. You just barely tug on the top and the whole thing pops right open. The proven winners, if you do that, the whole thing splits down the side. Makes a big mess. And it's always much easier to just fill it up. Man, is that really, am I gonna need more than 2 bags for this? I don't know. I think once I get the root mass in here, this should be just about right. Probably. Yeah, this will be good. This will be good. One thing I have to remember is to try and center the plant, because I have a habit of not doing that. So I don't want to do that. With this all pushed up on the sides. Do I still have the empty pot from the other one? Because I could just press it in. I don't think I do. Let me just use this one. Make a mold. Push that in place. I think height-wise, it's going to be just about right. Yeah. Okay, that's going to be good. Really, I started working on this. I should just grab my snips so I can cut through that metal. Sometimes just getting one of them off is enough. These begonias, though, they're weak. They've been snappy, which is just, you know, that's just begonias, right? They can be snappy plants, but I still need to be careful with it. Like I said, this is a little overdue, sort of. I mean, I could leave these in these hanging baskets, leave the begonias in these hanging baskets, probably the rest of the growing season, but I just don't think that that would be the best for the plant. If they're up on drip, they'll be okay. If they're not that picky of a plant, but may as well put them into something larger so that they can, you know, thrive and get bigger. These plants, they have a lot of size left in them. They'll look much nicer if they're afforded the opportunity to grow. Ooh, I felt a crunch. I'm trying to be really careful here with these stems. Is that coming through the hole? How did that happen? How are you going through the... You know what? I don't like that part of the plant anyways. I was going to get rid of it. Just don't cut the plant up. Don't break it up. All right. You know, begonias are tricky because they're very snappy plants. So I'm just going to get as much of that out of there as I can. And clean the rest of that up later. Roots look fine. It's not root bound, so that's good. And press that soil back in around the root mass. I'm wondering if I'm going to need some more soil. I'm thinking that I won't, only because I would like to put some trailers in here too. Why am I wearing white shorts? Who said that that was a good idea? Terrible idea. I'm potting up plants. These are pretty good though. You get mud on these, they wash off, clean up very easily. Yeah, so those sweet potato vines that I showed, oh, great color on these, right? Beautiful color. I'm not really going overboard trying to pack these full of flowers. I really think just a couple of these big red sweet potato vines, that's going to be all these baskets need. Oh, that looks so good. I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that is very, very pretty. Oh, here we go. This one has a tag. Sweet Caroline, Sweetheart, Mahogany. There it is, Mahogany. It's a good name for it. It's very mahogany colored. Okay, yeah, I probably could put some more soil in here. But here's the thing. That was 2 bags of potting mix, and that is more than enough soil for the begonia and these sweet potato vines to go ahead and start a new life, right? It's much better than the containers that they were in, without a doubt. The only difference is they're not going to be up quite as high in the basket, but I think in the long run, that really isn't going to matter. In a couple weeks, these are going to start to fill out. I probably should put some continuous release in these, but I don't have any right now. Oh my gosh, I forgot how heavy these giant baskets are. All right, now I have to get that hung up over there. I'm thinking I should probably go get a ladder. This is gonna be tricky. I grabbed a step ladder. I don't know if that's going to be tall enough. What are you barking? You barking at me? You know who I am. Sorry, I turned the camera on and then did that thing that I do where I walk away from it. I think I would know better than that by now. Oh my gosh, this is so heavy. And I'm completely blocking the camera now, aren't I? Yep, there's no way you're going to be able to see this. Come on, there we go. All right. Okay. Got up on a step ladder. I don't know if you will have been able to see that. Oh, and it's backlit. Lovely. It looks good. That's the main thing. So it looks nice. I need to bring a pair of snips out here so I can cut the tag off of it. And now I'm gonna go ahead and tuck some of those mahoganies up into this basket too. And then before I forget, I can just go ahead and stick these down to the soil. These pieces that broke off of the begonia. It's a very snappy begonia. So, I don't know. I don't have the highest of hopes for it. You can come over here and just, we'll just tuck some of these in. So I'm going to be hitting this with a root stimulator anyways, right? So, may as well. And just, you can see what happened with them. I'm not putting them in a spot where they really have all that much room to grow, but there's not a lot of room to grow in these containers. These are pretty full. And there it is. Let me grab my rag before I forget. Containers are done. What do we think? I love them. Little shabby, but that's okay. And the baskets. So this one right here, I know it's still looking puny, but just give it like 2 weeks. This one right here, potted up 2 weeks ago, and it looked just like that one when I planted it up. I got some mahogany ipomeas in here. Just imagine that color coming down. It is gonna blend in with the brick quite a bit. So if I see any green sweet potato vines, I will grab some of those too and put one on each side. I think that'll help make these stand out more. I know I have the super green one or whatever it's called down there, but I only have 2 of them. So that's not really going to work for this situation because I would need 4. This is horribly backlit, but you get it. Sweet potato vines look better in that one. Put the biggest ones in that one right here. The begonia looks the best in this one. These are huge. These are massive. It doesn't, on camera it really doesn't show. These are gigantic plants. And they're just gonna keep getting bigger, especially once I get the drip up on them. I'll get the drip put up on them in next week's video. I'm doing all kinds of drip and irrigation things next week. I still have a few things left to plant up over here. Most of them are gonna go to the backyard, but for right now they can just hang out here. It's an improvement. It's nowhere near as embarrassing as the start of the video. It was looking pretty rough out here. So I would say this is good. This is worth it. Can't wait for them to fill out, especially the mangave. Hopefully there's enough light in there for it. If not, I'll just pull them out. They might do better in their own containers. The mangaves, they can take a decent amount of moisture. So as long as that soil drains well, they should be good. But there's gonna be drip up in here too. So I don't know, rolling the dice with that. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on them. Okay, hey, that was fun. I need to blow all this off and rinse it off. And I think there's still room for some more containers. But as far as this video is concerned, I'd say we're good. We're good. Got some nice looking stuff here. Let me back up and get the tripod out of the shot. And pretend there aren't those crummy little pots all over the ground. How about there? So from that angle, it's better. There's still a hose. Let's get the hanging basket in there. Oh, yeah, a big improvement. I think that looks much better. I just did all that so I could take a screenshot for the thumbnail. And I made a mess. Oh, and I did go ahead and get those tags pulled off. Y'all know, if I didn't just go ahead and do it, those tags would be there all summer and all fall. And probably next year, too. All right, that was fun. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned it. Maybe I did. These are dragon wing begonias. If I didn't say it, you didn't know. That's what those are. Part sun to shade. They do fairly well. I find that part sun, really, that's about their sweet spot. Some afternoon shade when it's really, really, really hot outside. And the sweet potato vines, they can pretty much do it all. Best growth is going to be with full sun for the sweet potato vines. There you go. His dreams have finally come true. A whole entire 9 minutes the poor guy had to wait to go outside. I forgot to mention with the Thusias over there, the junior giants, I'm pretty sure the tags on these said 8 to 10 feet wide, and I don't think that's right. Oh, here's that Chicago Luster Viburnum. Isn't it beautiful? Look at, you see why it has that name? It's so shiny. So it's have really good fall color too. Yeah, these guys, didn't it say, I could be wrong. Did I not get one that has a tag? Oh, no, it's right there. Yeah, space them 8 to 10 feet. Usually with the junior giants, pretty sure most places recommend spacing them about 3.5 to 6 feet, somewhere in there, because that's about how wide they typically will get. 8 to 10 seems generous, but at the same time, the regular green giants, when those came out, there's one over here, can kind of see it. It blends into the spruce an awful lot this time of day. When those first came out, it was like, oh, they stay nice and narrow. They don't. If you don't have anything planted around them, they get very wide and very, very, very tall. So maybe that has something to do with the size recommendation or spacing recommendations for them. I mentioned I got 10 and not 9. I think I did. I don't know if I originally even said that there was 9. I feel like I said that there were 9 and I was wrong and that there's actually 10. Idea with those is to make a hedge along this fence back here. Why not? Now, I do have a reason not to. It's because I feel bad for Turbo. He likes the view. I don't. Got a view up there. With this fence line, I think if I were to just plant 7 of those 10, that should be plenty to go through there. And then I'll have 3 more to play with for containers and things like that for several years. Then I have to put them in the ground somewhere. Man, look at the leaves on this caladium. This thing is huge. Hey, Turbo, come over here. Come. Hey, baby, what do I smell like? Do you smell your cousins? Hey there. Here we go. Size comparison. It's a 110-pound Labrador. The leaves on these caladiums are just unbelievably huge. Monstrous. Monstrous leaves. That's the summer pink. Hydrangea's doing its thing in its full glory. I always try and take it in this time of year because usually in July, towards late July, it gets really hot and then they turn brown and look terrible. I mentioned in the garden tour that last year I did try moving them into the shade and it didn't matter. It was just too hot. They turned brown. So I'm just leaving them be. Gosh, they look so good. They look so good. When I got home from the nursery today and I was walking in here with those plants, I just had a moment of being like, oh my gosh, everything looks so beautiful right now. Hydrangeas popping open and all of the color, and I love the way this sweet potato is popping out here. I have been, believe it or not, I have been burning on it, but not enough. Clearly, not enough. What are you doing over here? Huh, that's fine. It's just a thing that's been left over from the birthday party. It can stay out here for a while. I don't hate it. I was walking around the corner to come into the house through the back door, and I was stepping up here just going, wow. Like, what a view. Like, doesn't this all look so good? It's so pretty. I come outside and I'm just going, wow. Really outdone things this year. And there's still more to do. I was going to wrap up the video, but I wanted to see what these balls over here were going to do. Excuse you? Okay. Looks like I'm going to have to return this. And this is actually the more expensive one. But that has a hole in it. It's closed up top. So it's got a leak. That's too bad. I was rooting for you. Shame. Yeah, this time of year, it doesn't get dark here until after 9 this time of year. So I don't know. I will have inserted some clips and you can see what they... No, I'll wait. I'll just wait and we'll come out when it's dark and have a look at the balls. That's interesting. The 2 older ones, well, they're all lit up. That is so blurry. But not this one. When I turn it upside down, I guess the sensor on this one's more sensitive. It doesn't matter. We don't have to wait on that one because we have those. I'm more curious about... Oh! What just... Oh, this is fun. Oh, I feel so powerful. Me and the shadow that I'm casting on here. Okay. Is it in a blinking mode? It has different modes, which I really think is unnecessary. If you can't adjust that to a steady light. Is that steady or is it fading on and off? I cannot tell. Can you guys tell? I think that looks good. I don't like the way the suction cups look on the side, or the little holders. That's not bad. Charged up nicely. I wonder if this will last for a full year like the other ones did. Oh, this one may not have charged. Okay, I wasn't sure. Because sometimes you're supposed to turn them on for them to charge, and I couldn't remember what to do. Okay, so yeah, if you throw them down like that, it pushes the button. That's a design flaw. The other ones have no buttons. They have no settings. They just do it all on their own. Whereas these, so you don't think it's dark enough yet? Is that what's happening? Whereas these, you know, you can change them, which I think that that's a nice option. But you have to be gentle setting them down. There we go. So I know it seems neither here nor there, but I've only been showing these because, well, one, they're beautiful. And these lasted over a year. Look how clear they still are. They're crystal clear. These were outside all winter. All winter. I haven't had to add air to them either. They're just still this full. Well, okay, there's a little bit of cloudiness going on the bottom, but these would look really pretty in the garden. I wouldn't put them here because there's not enough sun, but little inflatable, just like a nice little, look at that. That's so pretty. I'm sure there's like a glass gazing ball version of this, but I think these would look beautiful spotted around the garden. Wish they were cheaper. If they were even cheaper than they are on sale, I'd have a whole bunch of them just spread all out throughout their garden because I think they just look so nice. They look so good. And they've been through it. Oh, this one looks like it's a more warm white. That's not showing on camera. I do like the way the lights are dispersed better in those too. And it is interesting that these have different modes, though I think that that's completely unnecessary. It is always nice to have options. Now, I like those better. They're better. They're more clear. But the lights, the way they're hung and dispersed in those, that is nice. And they come in multicolor. I don't need to sell anybody else. Like I said, I'm not getting anything out of this, but I think they're fun. That's all. Oh, this was a late birthday gift from a friend of mine. I haven't had a chance to see it yet because I've been inside whenever it's gone on. Oh, it's really pretty. Really, really pretty. It's a solar-powered kind of wind chime. Not really a wind chime. It doesn't make much noise. But it's really pretty. I like those colors. Look at the shadows. That would be pretty if hung up against a wall. I should move that so that's up against the wall. And then the lights. I love them. Still not on a timer. I meant to get a timer. Dang it, totally forgot about that. There was something else I was going to talk about with those, and I have no idea what it was. I think it was more just pros and cons of like low voltage lighting, solar lighting, whereas these you just plug them in. You only need a couple spotlights. I just get these. If you have an outlet nearby, it's just easier. Brightness wise, they're pretty bright. For something that plugs in, they could be brighter. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. Look how well that canopy's lit up there. Oh, that's nice. I like it because the effect when you're sitting out here is like the palm tree becomes your lamp. Isn't that fun? I am going to get another one to put in with this Adenidia palm. Probably. Oh, look how sad. There's a sad little flat beach ball. Alright, hey, that's going to do it. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully, it was a good video. I'm having trouble remembering what we even did because I'm simultaneously working on a few different videos at one time. I know it was pretty much all related to the front porch and then just randomness. Oh, the pool. There were no more bees in there today, so that's good. They must have just been, like, beaten out of the trees when we had that storm in the afternoon. Big relief. Because it means it's not a pesticide situation, more than likely. Well, that and the majority of them took off and flew away after I got out of the pool. So there's that to lean on also. Alright, hope everybody's doing well. Having a great day, a great life, and everything just going absolutely beautifully for ya. You don't want to work? What's your problem? Oh, did you hear me? Now you're coming to work? No, you don't. What's going on? Gotta block the sensor, that's all. There we go. Alright, as always, and most importantly, everybody, keep on growing. Bye.